Morning YouTube! So I'm wearing a hood today because my hair is a mess and it's morning messy hair. So I just want to talk about Pokemon XY, my opinion on it. I have Pokemon X and my husband has the Y version, and before this game I've never played any other Pokemon games before. I tried it, didn't really like it. Not until they have like better graphics now and have some pretty cool cutscenes. Um, my husband was actually the one that convinced me into agreeing in getting the game. Um, I think he regrets it now because ever since I started playing it, which was like on the 12th, I haven't stopped playing it till just a few hours ago when I finally finished the game. So, yeah, the only time that I wasn't playing was when I'm cooking or sleeping. And that's when my husband is telling me to turn the game off and go to sleep. And what else? So that means, yeah, I've actually played the game while taking a shower and other stuff. I've never really stopped playing. And for I've actually also taken some daily vitamin pills. So I don't recommend what I just did. It's not really that great, but it was just an obsession that helped me finish the game. And for tips, after you collected 8 badges and you go on to the Pokemon League, this tip is for overall in the game. Do not give HMO abilities to any of the main Pokemons that you use for battles. That is a big disadvantage later on in the game if you do that. I've actually learned that the hard way when I was fighting in the Pokemon League. And 2, it is really great if you have someone who plays, if you play Pokemon X like I did, to have someone who plays Pokemon Y so you can trade Pokemons. But also during the league, you're not going to be able to leave, and the only time you do leave is when you lose and you have to start all over. So after a match, make sure you can like trade your Pokemons and then have your friend or your husband, partner, take your Pokemons to the Pokemon Center, have them healed, and send it back to you, maybe with an item, revival, or some HP recovery ones. Stock up on those before you enter the building. And way before that, on your way to the area, switch your main Pokemon with 2 other non-main ones, like ones you don't really are fairly strong but you don't use a lot, because the obstacles in the cave would be 1, rivers you have to cross, 2, boulders in the way, and 3, there's a lot of trainers there. So yeah, just before you enter, switch to a Pokemon that can surf and also use strength. And then after you reach the Pokemon Center, which is going to take a while, you have to go through 3-4 caves before you finally reach your Pokemon Center. So try to avoid as many Pokemon trainers as you can. The ones you could are the ones that turn from side to side or walk around. I've actually done that. And don't face them. If you can avoid them, do. And stock up on revival and health bottle stuff before you enter the caves, and also before when you reach the other Pokemon Center, stock up as well before you enter the Pokemon League building. In the building there's like 4 rooms, well 5, but the 4 you have to go through first are the, I want to say flame chamber, but I'm not sure, but it's all fire Pokemon, so make sure that you have a water type as on top of your list. Pick number 1 so that when you throw the Pokeball, water type comes out and you don't have to switch and take an attack. It should be fairly easy if you have a strong water type. The other rooms is a steel chamber. Water type is also very a good idea over there. Another room, third room or whatever, is the Dragon Mark chamber. It sounds intimidating, but if you use a water type, and especially ice type or a water type Pokemon that can use an ice move, that's really great. And then the 4th room is a flood chamber, so it's all water type. I actually had a very difficult time in that room because I don't know if it has to do with the question that the guy in that room says. He actually asks you if you think Pokemon battle is an art. I said no, and he got mad, and I got my ass whooped like 3-4 times, but I still said no, and I used a fairy type and a plant type. Also make sure the Pokemon has a lot of has a high defense and can take a beating. The toughest Pokemon to beat was Gyarados, and because yeah, he actually used a, so I guess would be make sure you have water, ice, fire, fairy, fairy type. Good luck with that room. I hate that one. I don't know if maybe if you say yes he'll go easy on you, but I refuse to agree just so I can win. So in his face. And then after you win all 4, the 5th room opens up and you battle the movie star chick that you met twice before. Apparently she's the whatever you call him person, and she's actually easier to beat than the flood chamber guy. Purple, I used water type for the first 5 Pokemons. Those are pretty easy. Also make sure the water type can use an ice move, and on the last Pokemon she used can also Mega Evolve. And shoot, what I did was like basically based on luck, because I was out of HP and revival and everything, and it was just the dumbest luck ever that I ever had. I used, dang it, I think the name is Charizard. Your name? Yep, Charizard. I get all 3 of its name confused. Charmander. Forgot. I'm not a big Pokemon expert. Anyway, so I used Charizard last, and it only had like 3 HP points That's probably what HP stands for, health points or something. I only had 3. And cross my finger, hope that he got to go first. And I use Flight, which is one of the HMO, which I highly recommend you do not teach your main fighting Pokemons how to use, but actually came from India. Again, big dumb luck in my part. And it was very effective, apparently. So I don't know what... It's like, it was a plant fairy Pokemon. I don't know, I've seen it a lot. But yeah, it's easier than... If you can pass the Flood Chamber with ease, then you might have no problem with the last battle. Second to last. Apparently there's another battle, but it's even easier. So don't even worry about that. So yeah. Just a review. Stock up on a lot of HP items and revival. Also, make sure you have a partner to help if you run low, to help trade and get you some items if you need it. Also, 3 would be avoid trainers, and I forgot the rest. And yeah, just remember what's effective into each room. So mostly water type, fairy type is second, and water, ice, fairy. As long as you have those 3, you should be good. Let me think of something else. Avoid trainers if you can. Make sure you do not give your main fighting Pokemons the HMO skills. Avoid that as much as you can. That's a complete disadvantage. And reason why it's a disadvantage is, I just remembered, is when I was training Pokemons with my husband, I couldn't trade the Pokemons that knew HMO abilities, which was 3 out of 6 of the Pokemon I have. 1 half. So I had to trade more, and that's one disadvantage of doing that. Second, I'm gonna go through the game again. There is someone in the map that can help your Pokemon forget an ability, and then the wife can actually help your Pokemon remember an ability. So I'm hoping maybe they'll teach my Pokemon to forget the HMO ability. And I'm just gonna cross my finger and hope it works. Anyway, good luck with the game. Hope you have fun with it. Yeah. Now I can casually just play the game instead of revolve my life around it. Bye.